Hey, Michael Kerr here. In my book, Small Moments, Big Outcomes, I talk a lot about the importance of leading and communicating and building a workplace culture that puts psychological safety and a sense of belonging front and center. Psychological safety is so important. It's about that idea that employees feel safe bringing their authentic selves to work, but more than that, they feel safe asking those difficult questions, speaking up in meetings. They feel safe challenging ideas and challenging assumptions. They feel safe when they want to suggest an idea that might seem a little kooky, a little outrageous. They feel safe enough to speak up when they see a serious safety or production concern. I want to break that down a little bit more though, because I love this concept of how we can break psychological safety down into these 4 different components.
Let's energize your workplace. Mike's here for some serious fun.
These 4 subcategories of psychological safety were created by social scientist and culture expert Timothy R. Clark. And I think it's helpful to break it down because sometimes we might have a workplace culture or a situation in a meeting where we feel safe to bring up certain things, but not necessarily safety in other ways. So the 4 types of safety that Clark identified include inclusion safety, learner safety, challenger safety, and contributor safety. So let's break those down. The first one, inclusion safety, is all about this idea that employees genuinely feel like they are included, like they're involved in everything, like they are included in your organization, that they truly belong. They have a sense of belonging without necessarily feeling like they have to fit in. Because as soon as we start feeling like we have to try and fit into our team or organization, the danger is we start to change who we fundamentally are. We have to talk differently. We have to speak differently, adopt different norms that maybe go against our values, even if we have to fit in. Whereas true belonging, true inclusion safety is about creating that environment of trust and support and belonging so employees feel like they are included, being their true, authentic selves. Learner safety is all about creating this environment where employees are encouraged to be curious and are encouraged to learn new things and to grow and try new things and experiment, where failure and mistakes aren't necessarily a bad thing. They are recognized as being not the opposite of success, but part of the journey of success. Contributor safety is about creating that environment where employees feel like their ideas will be heard, where employees feel like they can speak up and suggest ideas without fear of being ridiculed or judged. It's creating that kind of environment where everybody feels like they do have a voice and an equal voice in their workplace. And the last one, challenger safety. This is the most important one, I think, and this is the one that businesses tend to do the worst at. This is the one they struggle with the most. In fact, when I survey audiences in my presentations, this is the one that shows up as the weakest element of psychological safety. And challenger safety is just this idea that we can challenge assumptions, that we can raise objections to ideas that are being put forward, that we can even question our boss or our boss's boss or even the CEO about things that concern us. And this, of course, takes a really high level of trust and psychological safety so employees know that they can not just speak up with their ideas, but challenge conventional wisdom. So how would your team, how would your organization stack up in terms of those 4 different types of psychological safety? I would love to hear from you in the comments. Let me know what you struggle with, how you think your organization does when it comes to psychological safety.
Let's energize your workplace. Mike's here for some serious fun.